Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.8235 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.96%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out the key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Polygon Matic from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.32 mark, and having done so, I believe it has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC corrective movement, and soon we are going to see a very nice bounce to the upper side in this Elliot wave structure, having our wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high. But before we get to an all-time high, we first need to see a first wave to the upper side, and I believe that is what is playing out here on the Polygon Matic chart. Jumping to the 4-hour chart so that we can see that better, within the formation of a first wave to the upper side, I also expect to see a fractal wave in formation within that wave 1, and I believe that is what is playing out here on the Polygon Matic chart. And you can see here on the 4-hour chart I have this Elliot wave structure in yellow, which is a fractal wave within a wave 1, and we have seen the formation of a wave 4 right here to the lower side, and now I believe we are in the formation of a wave 5 to the upper side to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1. And if I get a little bit into the details of the formation of that fractal wave so that it can also give me the key scenarios that I expect to play out on this chart. After making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, making the high for that first wave to the upper side, and after making the high for that first wave, we saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, and using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, you can see our wave 2 here retraced into the area between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, so it has done the minimum that we expected it to do. Then after making the low for that second wave, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a third wave, which I had a target area here on the charts at around the $0.93 mark, and that I was basing it on the trend based Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the wave 2. That gave me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a third wave at the fib level 1.618, and you can see we maximized that target area here on the Polygon Matic chart. And initially here on the chart I had the wave 3 high as the high that we have at around the $1.02 mark, and this retracement that we can see over here, this is what I was terming as a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4. But the moment we managed to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark and made a new high at around the $1.06 mark, that made me to change scenarios, having the new high at around the $1.06 mark as the high for that third wave to the upper side. And whatever we have been seeing over here, this is a movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4, and because our wave 4 is a retracement of the third wave, we can use the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the wave 3 to the high of that wave 3, and that gives me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4 between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that. So you can see Polygon Matic has continued to respect that, and because our wave 4 is a corrective wave, I also expected to see an ABC corrective movement play out here in the formation of a wave 4 down here. And you can see we have the wave A, then a wave B making a high at around the $0.94 mark, then continued pushing lower in the formation of a wave C, making our low at around the $0.69 mark. And after making that low, I now tend to believe that we have seen the low for that fourth wave to the lower side, and whatever we are seeing over here is the formation of a wave 5 to the upper side. And because a wave 5 is an impulsive wave, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that wave 5. And if I jump to the 1-hour chart so that we can see those fractal waves that are in formation here in the formation of a wave 5 to the upper side, after making our low, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement we can term as a first wave to the upper side, then a wave 2, Then we have continued pushing high in this impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3. Then I expect a bit of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4 before we continue pushing high in the formation of a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1. And once we complete that higher Elliot wave count 1, then we can expect a higher Elliot wave count 2 in the formation of a wave 5 to the upper side. That is, those are fractal waves within a wave 5. So that is what I believe is playing out over here. And before we saw that breakout to the upper side, right here we had been trading within this channel, which is between key areas of support and resistances. That is the key area of resistance at around the $0.78 mark. We managed to break above that key area of resistance and continued pushing higher. And because we have the high for that first wave and also the lows for the second wave and the first wave, we can use the trend based Fibonacci, connecting them from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then dragging them to the low of the wave 2 to give us a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a third wave that is within that fractal wave to the upper side in the formation of a wave 5, and the minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 is the area at around the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.87 mark. So I expect a bit of a pump to the upper side in the formation of that move to the upper side, and there is also a possibility that maybe the high is in at around the $0.85 mark. Maybe we are not going to maximize that target area, and whatever we are seeing over here might be a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4 before we continue pushing higher in the formation of a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1. And getting back to the 4-hour chart, so that we can also get a target area for that higher Elliot wave count 1, I just need to use the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then drag the fibs to the high of that wave 3 up there, and that gives me a minimum target area for that higher Elliot wave count 1 at the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $1.25 mark. So that is the minimum that I would expect the formation of this fractal wave to the upper side to do. That is the area at around the $1.25 mark to maximize and also complete that higher Elliot wave count 1. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI we are trading at around the 47 mark, and that means we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3. And also taking a look at the MACD, on the MACD you have printed a bearish cross, and that would mean lower prices could be coming our way. So the MACD is suggesting that maybe the high for that third wave is in, and whatever we are seeing is just a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.